Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen. I'm a single mother and I have a 6-year-old daughter named Melanie. My husband passed away due to an illness a few years ago at a relatively young age. He was a very kind man and I loved him so much, so I don't intend on getting remarried to anyone else. I want to make sure that Melanie doesn't feel lonely without her father, so I shower her with love. I work part-time at a supermarket and both my family and my husband's family also support me financially, which is why I'm able to spend a lot of time with Melanie. I'm really grateful to my in-laws because they check up on Melanie and I regularly and ask us if there's anything that we need. Although the passing of my husband was tragic, Melanie and I are trying to be strong and live a happy life together. The story is about the time that Melanie was close to graduating from kindergarten. I went to her kindergarten to pick Melanie up as usual. Hello, Helen. Nice to see you. How are you? Hello, Miranda. I'm good. Thank you for asking. This is Miranda. She's a little bossy and intimidating. I didn't really like her. Her son Ryan goes to the same kindergarten as Melanie, and they would often play together from time to time, so I kept the negative feelings I had about Miranda to myself. Helen, I can't believe that our children are graduating soon. What do you think about going on a trip together before elementary school starts? That sounds like a good idea, but I'll need to check with Melanie first. Well, Ryan and Melanie are getting along so well that I'm sure Melanie will say yes. I don't think there's any need for you to check with her. I guess, but let me check with her anyway. Okay, fine. Then if you decide to come, will you text me later? Okay, will do. After I picked up Melanie, I asked her if she wanted to go on a trip with Ryan. Melanie, Ryan's mother asked if we would like to go on a trip with them to celebrate the fact that you're both graduating from kindergarten. What do you think? A trip? Who else is going? Ryan's mother didn't tell me who else was going, but I'm sure that there's others from your school that'll be going. Okay, if my other friends will be there, I want to go. Okay, I'll let Ryan's mother know that we'll be going with them then. To be honest, I didn't really want to go on a trip with Ryan's mother, but seeing that Melanie wanted to go, I decided that it was the right thing to do. Miranda, thank you for inviting us to go on a trip with you and Ryan. I asked Melanie if she'd like to go. That's great. May I ask you to be in charge of organizing the travel itinerary? Why me? I kind of assumed that you'd already planned the travel schedule and everything. I came up with a brilliant idea of going on a trip together, but I haven't decided on the details yet. That's where you come in, Helen. Oh, I see. Okay. We'll stay at a hotel for one night, and I think that the budget should be around $200 per family. I'm really busy with work and taking care of Melanie on my own. I'm sorry, but I don't think I have the time to plan a group trip. Well, don't you think that you're being unfair? You might think that us housewives have nothing to do all day, but we're really busy, you know? All right, I understand. I'll take care of the travel itinerary. I'm going to create a group chat including all of the people that will be coming on this trip. Will you share the details to this group? Okay, will do. Miranda basically forced me to take care of the organization of the trip. I wasn't looking forward to going on this trip in the first place. But now that Miranda was making me do all the work, I was a little annoyed, but I decided not to let that get the best of me. I still wanted Melanie to have a great time. I was able to check who was coming on the trip from the group that Miranda had created. There were 4 families in total, including myself and Melanie. The other 2 mothers coming on the trip were close friends of Miranda, and I didn't like either of them very much. But I knew that the children got along well, and that was all that mattered to me. I came up with a travel itinerary that was within the budget that Miranda had proposed. I then let everyone know in the group chat. Here are the details of our trip. I had a 60% off coupon, so the total comes down to $200 per family. There's a hot spring at the hotel, which we can take full advantage of. That sounds wonderful, Helen. Thank you. Sounds great. Looking forward to it. I then made the reservation at the hotel. After some time, our children graduated from kindergarten and the day of the trip arrived. Melanie arrived at the train station where we were supposed to meet the other 3 families. But no matter how long we waited, they didn't come to the train station. If they didn't arrive soon, we'd miss the train to the hotel, so I gave Miranda a call. Miranda, where are you and Ryan? Our train is going to be here soon. Also, the other 2 families haven't arrived at the train station yet either. Oh, I'm sorry, Helen. Are you waiting for us at the train station? We're already on the train heading towards the hotel that you reserved for us. Why? Weren't we supposed to meet at the train station? I know that you helped plan the trip and everything, but I could tell that your heart wasn't in it. I don't understand where this is coming from. I don't think I expressed any negative feelings about this trip at all. Where did you get such a ridiculous idea like that? Well, you might not have said it to us, but we felt it. We thought that you might be happier if we went on this trip without you. We figured that since you're a single parent, you didn't really have the money to spend on this trip. I'm sorry that I asked you to come in the first place. What? We should have understood that you didn't have the money to come with us. How could you say that? I would have never said yes to the trip if I didn't have the money. Money isn't the issue here. We don't want to waste a hotel that you reserved for us, so we'll go enjoy it. Thank you so much. We appreciate that you let us use your coupon too. After that, Miranda hung up the phone on me. Melanie had no idea what was going on and was looking forward to her friends arriving at the train station. I was furious. I took time out of my busy schedule to plan this trip so that Melanie could have a good time with her friends. Melanie was really happy that her friends had invited her to come on this trip. Was resentful towards Miranda and the other 2 moms for doing this to Melanie. Trouble busters. But there wasn't much I could do because 3 families were already on their way to the hotel. I had to think of a way to make sure that Melanie didn't find out about this. I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Melanie, sweetie, I'm sorry I have to tell you this, but today's trip has been canceled. Why? I really wanted to go with my friends. I was thinking that we could go somewhere fun, just the two of us instead. We could go to the aquarium or the zoo. Which do you prefer? I want to see my friends. Melanie, I'm really sorry about this. I was trying to comfort Melanie about the fact that we were no longer able to go on the trip as planned. That's when we ran into my friend Mia and her husband Alan, and they happened to overhear the conversation between Melanie and I.
Hi, Ellen. What a pleasant surprise.
Hello, Melanie. How are you? Hi, Alan and Mia.
Huh? Is something the matter? Melanie's crying.
I told Alan and Mia about what had happened with Melanie and her friends. They were both really upset about the situation that Miranda had put Melanie and I in.
That's a terrible thing to do to you and Melanie.
We need to teach them a lesson for what they did to you. Thank you for listening and being concerned for us, but we're okay. By the way, where are you two off to? Go on a short trip ourselves. But now that we heard what your friends did to you, we have to do something. Don't worry about us. I'm touched that you care enough to try to do something about this horrible situation.
Leave it to us. We're going to resolve this for you.
Alan then made a phone call. After a while, I received a phone call from Miranda. We got to the hotel that you reserved for us. The price of the hotel is much more expensive than we expected and much higher than the budget that I set. What's going on? I'm not sure. You told us that you used your coupon, which gave us a 60% discount, but the hotel receptionist is saying that we can no longer use that coupon. Now the hotel is asking us to pay $500 per adult and $300 per child, which is 4 times the budget that I sent. I have no idea. I would have helped you, but you kind of disinvited me, so... Well, you're the one that chose this hotel. You're responsible for this mix-up. Do something! Then Mia signaled me to hand over my smartphone to her, and she began to speak with Miranda. Miranda, this is Mia speaking. Mia, what are you doing with Helen?
Alan's here too.
I heard about what you did to Helen and Melanie. You haven't changed at all. What are you talking about? Helen's the one that tricked us into staying in this really expensive hotel, when I clearly told her that we were on a budget. So I hear that you couldn't use Helen's coupon. That's right. My husband's company was the one that issued that coupon, so... On the coupon, it states clearly that the person whose name is on the coupon needs to use it in order to get the discount. And since you disinvited Helen, you weren't able to use it. Helen didn't do anything wrong. My husband merely let the hotel know that Helen was not a part of your group, so the coupon cannot be used. Why would Alan do such a thing to us? And one more thing, that hotel is managed by my family. What? You can cancel the reservation if you want, but the hotel's already prepared the food, so you need to pay a cancellation fee. The cancellation fee is 100% of the hotel rate, so the amount of money that you'd be paying won't change either way. Could you please let me speak to Helen again? What do you want, Miranda? Would you mind coming to stay with us at the hotel so that we could use your coupon, please? I'm sorry, but I've already made other plans. But if you won't come, it means we have to pay a really high price for the hotel. Well, I didn't know that, and you're the one that told me not to come in the first place. This is your mess. I admit that what I did to you was wrong. I'm sorry. Will you please? I hung up the phone on Miranda mid-conversation. She called me several more times after that, but I ignored all of her calls. I found out later that Miranda and her friends didn't have enough money to stay at the hotel, and that they ended up going home, but they still received a bill from the hotel asking them to pay the cancellation fee. Miranda acts and dresses like she's a rich housewife, but in reality she's not, so the cancellation fee is quite expensive for her. But I'm sure that she learned her lesson the hard way. She shouldn't have discriminated against me because of the fact that I'm a single mother. That day, Mia invited us to stay at her family's hotel. I then posted a photo of us having a great time at the hotel on Instagram. Miranda and her friends commented on that photo and said that I was mean for staying at the hotel when they couldn't. But I didn't care what they thought of me. I was happy that my good friends helped me teach Miranda and her friends a lesson that they also desperately needed. Troublebusters.